Y'all know the vibes, man. We back with another one. It's Young, the one who do it. Numbers don't lie. That's the movement. Now let's get to it. We got Oschino once again in the building. This time around, he's talking about Memphis Bleak, and he's talking actually about Jadakiss and the Beanie Sigel battle. I don't know if some of y'all that's younger might not know Jadakiss and Beanie Sigel. They got into a real heavy battle. It was RocAFella basically versus Ruff Ryders. So it was Ruff Ryders camp, and then it was also RocAFella. So you had some of the biggest artists at that time. You know what I'm saying? Oschino was part of State Property, which was part of RocAFella underneath Beanie Sigel and all of that. So he's speaking on Oschino speaking on being friends with Jadakiss while State Property was beefing with the Ruff Ryders. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it, see what he talks about, see what he's gonna tell us. Some shit that we don't know. I mean, if y'all grew up in that time period, you knew that that was one of the craziest beefs that we seen, pause, until I think it was like right before it was on the edge of the Jay-Z Nas situation. There was just a lot of shit going on at that time. But let's get to it.
Around Jadakiss when you first started. You wasn't on Ruff Ryders. You had said that you was around Jadakiss when you first started. You wasn't on Ruff Ryders. So you do get to be on Rockefeller State Property. How did you navigate the beef with Beanie and Jadakiss?
Easy.
Because
I just want to say nothing about DMX. I mean,
or Jada.
I mean, of course, I definitely couldn't say nothing about him. I'm not the type of boy I couldn't. And I remember one time it was some magazine. They was asking us questions. We had just got science kind of, and they was talking to Sparks about something, and they said it was me saying something about. He said something nothing too crazy, but something about the locks, something about the locks, right? And I remember seeing Jadakiss in Miami one time. He was across the street, and that article came out. I was like, man, I wanted to go over there and tell him, hey, what? I ain't say that wasn't me. But you know me, I'm young. I'm like, I got a product, man. I ain't saying that shit. Like whatever he think I said it, whatever. I mean, but
It sounds real similar to the Biggie situation when they said that Biggie recalled all the situations with Tupac when Tupac was over there doing interviews. You know what I mean? Like it just seemed like the same type of energy. Like he want to tell him like that's his homeboy. Like yo, that's not whatever they saying about me. That's not me, bro. You know what I mean? And I can imagine that if y'all actually close and cool, because from what we hear that Rockefeller and Ruff Ryders was actually pretty cool. I mean, to the point where DMX and Jay Z they were supposed to be on the same. They were supposed to be on the same label and all of that. There was a situation where they was gonna be on the same label. The Murderers, as we know, Ja Rule, Ja Rule Murder Inc. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be Ja Rule, DMX, and Jay Z. They was gonna have a group. It was gonna be all three of them, but I guess their egos ain't work out. But just the fact that they was that close, if you really look at the beginning and their catalogs, a lot of them was on the same tracks together. You'll hear tracks with Jadakiss, the whole LOX, RocAFella, Jay Z. You know what I'm saying? You'll see like them collaborating a lot. They collaborating a lot. So I just think it was such a competitive time. You know, during that time, you wanted to be the best no matter what. Same thing with sports. Like people wasn't friends like that. They're not friends the way they are now. They was like, yo, I'm trying to get like when we get onto that court, when we get onto the battlefield, I'm not cool with you. I'm not your friend. After that, we could talk, we could chop it up. But you know, the competition brought it, it was a different level. It's not like today where people be cool with you and they still, you know, want to pretend like they being competitive a little bit. I use J. Cole as a, you know, J. Cole as a reference. It was none of that shit going on. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no friendly competition. Like I'm trying to smoke you. And to be honest, when it's on, I don't know if we could be friends.
I was kind of salty about that because I'm like, bro, I don't do shit like that to somebody that looked out for me when I ain't had nothing. You know what I mean?
He think you said. What did he think you
He
said?
might not even seen the article, but my head, I think it was because the article was like in a major magazine. I don't know what Sparks said, but I mean, I was reading. I'm like, why the fuck got my name saying I said this? I ain't say shit. I mean, but and when we did the diss, I mean, dissing the uh Jadakiss and everything, I wouldn't say a rap about him, but I would help write songs shit about him and give it to like Beans or whatever.
That's crazy. I never actually realized that Oschino never actually dissed. I thought everybody was dissing because during that time, if you know, on Hot 97 when they had the freestyles going, all the State Property. We just assumed everybody was dissing because it was all the State Property just up there going bananas, going crazy on the whole D Block. You know what I'm saying? I think D Block, honestly, they just didn't have enough people to sustain that, to go against State Property, because D Block was Jadakiss, you had Styles, you had Chic, and you had J Hood, and that was about it. That was about it. There was some other dudes and shit, some randoms here and there. But State Property, that shit was, and really RocAFella, they was deep. Beanie Sigel, Freeway, Petey Crack, Emilio Sparks, Chris and Neef, and then you also had Oschino. But he's saying he didn't get involved in that. But that's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people to go back and forth. And it's only 4 of y'all, and really 3 of y'all most of the time, because I don't think J Hood even got too crazy in that situation.
Hey.
So
But
you
like,
wrote songs.
Of course, I wanted to lose. You know what I'm saying? But I could never. You never hear me ever say nothing bad about Jadakiss ever, as long as I live, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So you actually helped, like, you get, because I mean it's a rap battle. I don't think you thought it was real street shit, right? So it was just
Oh,
like,
no
we
street
just
shit. I
fun.
mean, no.
Yeah.
But I
So
was living in Yonkers, right? One time, and I had no money. Nobody know me. I wasn't knowing none of that. And I remember I was like, damn, I just want to, walking around. I don't know nothing about Yonkers, New York. I see it like a Father's Day party with these Puerto Ricans, right? I go over there, they like, oh, what's up? They give me, I'm eating, and they feed me out, eating and drinking, whatever. Leave there, walking down the street, right? Then the kids pull up on me, like, at this time, he had like a Cherokee, a box strong. He's like, yo, oh, what the, I think it might have been called Elm Street. I don't know what street it was. I'm like, yo, bro, get in the car. I get in the car, like, you can't be walking around here, bro. It ain't safe to be walking around here. I'm like, it's not. Like, he's like, no, bro, you can't be. We get back to the block where they from, like, yo, this nigga always walking down Elm Street. Like, well, I didn't even know. Like,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie though. That's probably why I rock with Oschino, because Oschino, I feel like I got the same energy myself. Like, I be doing some stuff. I be in different neighborhoods, wherever I'm at. You know what I mean? Because right now I'm in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? But when I'm back home, same thing. My people be like, "Yo, you in East New York right now? Like, nigga, I'm from East New York. Don't be over there on that block. You wild. Like, what are you doing over there in the first place?" They the same way with me. You know, I've been going through that my whole life. My family tell me like, "What you doing? You can't come over here at 1 a.m. You tripping. You got on the train and you just out here like, and you don't know nobody." But same thing when I went to different countries, I just like to explore. I be doing stuff that people don't do. You know, when I came to LA, I went to the 60s. You know what I mean? I was in the 60s. I went to Compton. I went to Watts. And my reason for going, y'all just wanted to see what it was like over there. Like, I remember being in the projects out here, and dudes is like, "Yo, where you from?" I'm like, "I'm from New York." I'm literally thinking we having a conversation. I didn't know at that time, like, that's how it get like that. It gets sticky like that when they asking those questions. I'm just like, "Oh, we having a conversation. Where you from, bro?" You know what I'm saying? So I feel, when you're not afraid of shit, you just kind of do whatever. And I feel like you be blessed. A lot of people that have a pure heart, that's not scared, they don't mean no harm. You know, and people can tell the difference. A lot of people that are in fear, that's when you it's a law of attraction, right? The law of attraction is whatever you thinking, whatever you feeling, that's what you're gonna attract back to yourself. And before I even knew about the law of attraction, I've been living that way. When I went to Nigeria, I went to the village. That was one time, I ain't gonna lie to you. My pride and everything, I just knew, hey, I probably shouldn't be over here. The way he's like, "You Nigerian?" I'm like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't answer this question. Whether I say yes or no is gonna probably go bad." You know what I'm saying?
from Philly. So I said, bro, I ain't got nothing to take. So I was just running around Yonkers like I ain't know nobody or nothing. You know what I mean? So I got, mind you, it's like 1998. You know what I'm saying? So I got a long history with Kiss. You know what I'm saying? So like, I never disrespect Kiss ever.
Hey, yo, Kiss, y'all gotta bring him up, yo. That would be a great interview. I think if Jadakiss interviews Oschino, Jadakiss and Fat Joe, that'd be a dope interview. I want to see that. I will watch that.
I mean, our styles. I mean,
Yeah. So as this battle's going back and forth, how was it to navigate? Because these are, I mean, this is like Beans
that was
and
crazy,
Jada's like,
bro. I mean, we had this show in New York. and Beans were gonna start saying some shit about Kiss, like this, and the crowd was like, "No, we ain't trying. No, they wasn't trying to hear that shit, bro. It's crazy."
To be honest, that's the same way I feel right now. Like niggas ain't trying to hear it. It's the same energy I get with the 38 Spesh versus Jadakiss. It's so many people just like, nah, dog, that's a legend. You out your league. You don't deserve to go at him. You don't get to, we don't need to hear nothing. Like it turned a lot of people off to even going to check his music out. It might have been a misstep, to be honest. He's so respected. It's like, why choose this man to talk crazy about? Even if it's competition, it just doesn't make any sense. He's so stamped, he's so certified. You better off using him to big yourself up. Like he did the songs with you, and you mad that he ain't do another song with you. To me, that's corny. You sound like a little crybaby, man. You sound like a crybaby. You was mad that the man didn't want it. Oh, he ducking me. So what? So what? What does that mean? I'm sure he's ducked so many other people. We don't care. That's Jadakiss. That's top 5 DOA. He might not be top 5. He might not be my top 5, but he gets to say that. He's been consistent over the years. He's been so consistent. I don't care if that man says that. It don't hurt nothing. You know what I'm saying? He shut Dipset down by himself at Madison Square Garden. Come on. It's different. Put some respect on that man's name. Jadakiss literally just did that. He did that whole concert with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like he got one of the biggest New York anthems with Ja Rule, and he lasted through a lot of bullshit in the industry. Like he started with Biggie. He started with this is hip hop royalty. He started with Biggie. He got freestyles with Biggie. He got freestyles with Jay-Z. He got freestyles with DMX. He's on tracks with Eminem. Like he's stamped and certified. He got joints with Snoop. Like the list goes, it's crazy. The list is crazy. He's respected by everybody in the industry, period. So I don't know, man. It just seemed crazy. And it's always a New York on New York situation. Now it's starting to upstate versus New York City. It's a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit, man. It kind of it remind me a little bit of this D Block versus RocAFella. Sort of, kind of, but there's not really that much talent right now. Like there's a lot of people that's claiming upstate is taking they taking the whole, they putting the whole state on. That's what they trying to say, that they bringing the state back to life. They bringing New York back to life, the city, because a lot of dudes fell off. I don't think that it's a lot of dudes fell off. I think a lot of people became disinterested in rapping like that. It's just facts. And that's the whole world, the whole country. People ain't listening to that shit the way they used to listen to it. And I feel like New York, they recognized that and they switched it up. They tried to do something that would make sense for them. The drill rap, I'm not really into all of that. But you got the sound like A Boogie and all that. You got the A Boogie sound. You got a lot of different styles that came out of the city in all of these years after. I would say, who's the last person? Probably like 50 Cent. 50 Cent was probably the last person that was really super successful with that type of sound, that gangster lyrical rap. You know what I mean? If I really had to think about it. Because I'm like, even ASAP Rocky. I think ASAP Rocky would be like the next person up. As far as like the men go, you know what I mean? If we're not talking about Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. Yeah, I think it would be ASAP Rocky and his team. And they're totally different. They were swagged out. They had a whole different type of sound. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Dave East. Dave East didn't really blow up like that. He wasn't a huge artist. Bobby Smurda. Bobby Smurda was before that. And he only had like one song and then he went to jail. Yeah. Yeah. So the sound just switched up. I'll be honest, people just stopped wanting to hear like a lot of people didn't want to hear the lyrical shit. Y'all keep saying they put in New York back on the map. Yeah, they doing the boom bap thing, and that's to be respected. But you can't take New York away from New York. You can't take the city, the ones that actually made the sound, that made this style of music. You know what I'm saying? That put this whole culture that we got going on right now. You have to always pay homage to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get disrespectful with that type of situation. And Jadakiss, he's just one of those guys. Like he's going down in history. 38 Spesh, no disrespect to him. but he got some work to do.
You mean? But
So
yeah,
Beans was about to diss Jada, and the
he was
crowd was like,
start singing this, and Muff was like, half of the crowd wasn't trying to hear this. Half was trying to hear it, half wasn't. I mean, you gotta remember, a lot of people ain't want to pick sides in that battle because it was like two people that people looked at that represented the streets. You know what I'm saying? And that was a lyrical ass battle. That was a lyrical battle. It might have been one of the best battles ever.
The same thing kind of happened with 50 Cent when he got into it with Jadakiss. Obviously, 50 Cent was the bigger artist
But I
nationwide.
think Kiss white.
Yeah.
I think even 50 Cent like I'm bigger than him, but first rapping go Kiss. You know, he's special.
Yeah, I don't know why he tried to say the same thing happened with him and 50 Cent. Hell no. We all know that. He got washed. And he didn't just get washed by Jadakiss. He got washed by all of D Block. D Block washed that shit. I don't know why we didn't really get the Lloyd Banks. We didn't get Lloyd Banks interacting heavy the way he should have been. Tony Yayo is not really a bar spitter like that. But I think if all of them really went at D Block, it would be a better situation. It would have been a better situation, but we don't know. I mean, looking at 50 Cent relationship with Lloyd Banks currently, we don't know what they was going through. You know what I mean? But I know for sure if Lloyd Banks would have got active, that would have been a more interesting battle, and it could have been more similar to Beans versus Jadakiss. And to be honest, I mean, I love Jadakiss, but I think that's an L. I think Jadakiss took the L when it came to Beanie. Now we starting to hear stories of other people was writing Beanie's rhymes. I mean, yo, it was hard. It was one of them things that was hard. It was hard to accept, man. Like, I remember when I first heard the Beanie Sigel joint, and I'm like, yo, this dude is crazy. Like, I liked Beanie Sigel, but I didn't know he was like that. So that kind of makes sense now that we like Oschino saying that. I don't know what the truth is, but if they was really sitting there feeding him bars, I can understand because that shit was crazy. That was one of the, if y'all gotta go listen to that right now. Beanie Sigel dissing Jadakiss, some of the craziest bars I've ever heard. He said, check the speculation, chalk over. Nigga, dig this. I'm about to sun kiss like the soda and make Jay put his lips on his nine and really piss the game. I'm about to really make you hurt. You about to really make me hurt you, Kiss. Spitting these candy bars. This nigga sweeter than a Hershey Kiss. Scott Seeger about to revving off the purple shit. The Reverend got to get a purple. Oh, man, that shit was crazy. I can't even do it, man. I've been drinking a little bit. But that was one of the craziest battle raps that I've ever heard. It's better than a lot of shit, like rating-wise. I think a lot of people rate all the other shit way, way above all of that. But that was gritty. That was grimy. That was different energy. So that's still on my top 3. You know what I mean? I might like that better than Ether, to be honest.
Oh, nah, yeah, Jadakiss definitely won that easily. But I'm saying, like, in New York, the streets, like, the city was divided. Like, it wasn't like 50 Cent was popular, so he was going to win. The boots on the ground was different. Did you ever come to a conclusion of who won that battle?
City was not divided, man. Unanimous decision. Jadakiss smoked 50 Cent. City was never divided. Nobody ever thought that 50 Cent got that. There's nobody alive that I've ever spoke to. And if they are, yo, come and talk to me. Let's get an interview. Because you one of the special people. And I don't mean special like in a good way. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in your life if you heard what 50 put down, what Jadakiss was doing, and then the LOX versus G Unit, it wasn't close. You know, they had to wave the white flag and move on and stay popular.
With Beans and Jadakiss?
Yeah.
No. He just asked me about that.
You can't say?
I just feel like it was a tie.
Okay.
You felt like it was a tie. Oschino, this is the one very, very first time I'm going to say you can't use your personal feelings towards this. This is crazy work, bro. Don't use your just because you don't like Beanie Sigel. Come on, bro. Especially if you wrote some of the lyrics. There's no way you could say that.
Who won that battle?
With Beans and Jadakiss?
Yeah.
No. He just asked me about that.
You can't say?
I just feel like it was a tie.
Okay.
It's basically like who you like the most. Like the rap.
See there, he said it. He told on himself. Who you like the most. So because he don't like Beanie Sigel and he likes Jadakiss, He's going with Jadakiss in his head. He's not going to tell you that. But there's no way, bro. There's no way.
I think it was equal. I mean, it was equal. I mean, because at the
Yeah,
end of the
yeah.
day, at the end of the day, Beanie Sigel in his prime was top 5 type rapper. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, at least he said that. At least he said Beanie Sigel in his prime was top 5 rapper. Because I agree. I agree. Beanie Sigel was something to reckon with. You know what I mean? Even Memphis Bleak himself had to keep it a buck. I respect Memphis Bleak for that, saying that he got smoked on a lot of tracks when it came to Beanie Sigel. He kept it a buck. Some people will not keep it a buck. Some people will literally pretend like they really nice just to keep up their public perception. And it's like, as a rapper myself, me being a rapper myself, me being a ghostwriter and having bars and being respected by lyricists, yo, there's the moments where we be on tracks and it's like, yo, you got that. Yo, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? You did that. You had the best verse on that joint. You know what I mean? And there's people sometimes, I remember my man, he called out one of my other peoples. We did a track. I think it was like, I want to say maybe 6 of us. We got on the Wu-Tang beat. I forgot what beat it was, but it was one of them classic beats. And we was just barring the shit out, right? So we barring the shit out. We finish everything. We come to the table. We listening to it a couple times. I remember my man went and hollered. My man E-Man, I'm going to say his name. My man E-Man went and hollered at my man Double M. He said, yo, let me ask you a question. Straightforward, straight blunt with it. Like, yo, why you spit that shit on here? Like, why you spit that shit? Like, that shit wasn't, you didn't think that was whack? You didn't think that was trash? Yo, I remember my man's was like, he said, yo, man, I just spit real shit about my life. He said, I'm just wavy, you know what I mean? I get bitches, I do this, I do that. And I'm just having a good time. Yo, he couldn't do nothing but respect that shit because it was a real answer from a real place. A lot of these niggas, a lot of these people that be making music these days, they fake. It's a lot of fake shit in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that shit when I transitioned, when I came from when I came from New York and moved out to California and seen Hollywood, like came to LA, and I seen how Hollywood was. Like, I seen how Hollywood actually moves. And I'm trying to make it for myself at this time. I'm trying to get connections. I'm trying to network. And I'm like, yo, everything in the music video is fake. Like, everything's paid for. The girls is paid for. It's somebody else's car. It's somebody else's jewelry. It's somebody else's this. Like, everything's rented. I'm just seeing mad fake shit. And I'm like, yo, this is how, like, when I'm at home, when I'm back home in New York, we doing it. We making the shit. It's our shit. We know people and we networking and we doing the shit, boots on the ground. We doing the shit ourselves. So it was very weird and strange for me to see, like, oh, these are actors. Oh, this person, oh, you can't talk to these people unless you talk to that manager or that. This is crazy. Like, I never seen no shit like this before. Like, oh, you can't be at this part of the music video while they shooting this part. You got to stay over here or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? What's this? What's this about? You know what I mean? Yo, this ain't this your video? I'm to asking my man, it's like, this is your video, right? Yo, different world, different world. So many things I've seen, but we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. I'm gonna let y'all know how the shit go. The shit is different. Y'all be thinking people just be talking. Y'all be like thinking everything is conspiracy. Nah, it's not all conspiracy. It's just that niggas don't want to be honest. And a lot of niggas probably did some things they ain't want to do. Keep your integrity. For real. You know what I mean? I can laugh about that because I always kept my integrity no matter what. And a lot of y'all been doing some weird things, you know what I'm saying? But I always say, whatever is done in the dark comes to the light. I want to share something with y'all before we dip out of here. Appreciate everybody that popped out. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that hype button. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to be back with a lot more situations. We're going to be talking on everything. And I'm bringing the real people to the internet. I just want y'all to know that. Y'all going to see the difference. Y'all going to feel the difference. Because a lot of these niggas that I'm watching, it's fake. We battling right now. We're battling the fake. The fake stuff is just overwhelming. I know y'all tired of the fake stuff. I know y'all tired of these people pretending like they something that they not. Everybody giving out advice. Everybody acting like they doing something. And they ain't never did nothing in their real life. Like they ain't never been nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They just get on here, put this camera on, and put on a character and an image. I've actually done some things. And I'm not gonna brag about it. I'm gonna bring real people so y'all can see I'm not capping. I don't do none of that. And I never really even liked the internet, but now I understand the internet is a tool that we need to use because we need to fight back against all this bullshit that be going on. Like, that's how I feel. It's a lot of the real ones that don't speak up, but we bringing them back. I promise y'all, I'm going to bring them back. I'm gonna resurrect it. They all going to get up on here and we going to share some amazing ideas. Anybody that want to tap in, anybody that want to get on a panel, make sure y'all hit me up on Instagram. Instagram, my handle is real, REAL, NISS, NISS, Reels, REELS. But I forgot what I was about to say, but we out of here, man. Everybody have a beautiful night.